Hello and welcome back to Football Manager once again. Now, between this episode and the last, we did have a bit of poor form, I won't deny that. The last game you saw was Sutton United, which was followed by a 3-3 draw with Altrincham, which was very hard fought, but we could not get a last goal in the last 24 minutes of the match, no matter how much we tried. We unfortunately followed that up with a 3-0 demolishing by Chesterfield and Stockport before finally ending that poor run of defeats with 2 draws against Boreham Wood and Notts County respectively. The Notts County one very late on for that goal, and it was an own goal as well, which must have been a kick in the teeth for the Notts County side. We did win against Eastleigh 2-1 thanks to Guevara and George and Miller, as well as following that up with another win against Dagenham and Redbridge in the 82nd minute after they were given a very poorly given penalty, as he was fouled outside the box in my opinion. So they should have had a penalty regardless on that one, but we still won, doesn't really matter. Today we've got Aldershot at the recreation ground, which I always thought was the ground of Wrexham, but that's the racecourse ground, so I was close. They both begin with R and end with ground. Yeah, that works. Yes, as you can probably tell, I'm a bit ill. I was supposed to record this video 2 days ago on Monday, but I'm actually recording this video on Wednesday because I was incredibly ill over the Sunday through yesterday, really. So this is the first time I should be able to speak without, being hoarse and horrid sounding. I'm always horrid sounding, but without being able to be heard because of how hoarse my voice would have been. The fact that I lost my voice quite badly. I was bunged up in the nose, and it was just absolutely horrific. I couldn't even eat on the Monday because of how bad my throat was. So, yeah. Anyway, enough talking about my hardships. Let's go into Aldershot today, and hopefully get a 3rd win on the bounce and continue our rise up the leagues, because we still need to get ahead of Wealdstone in 12th, at least. That sort of area, at least. So, Aldershot are going to be not easy opposition, but not difficult either. We had to make a few changes to the side because a couple of players got injured in the preceding weeks, which was bad, of course. Paris Magoma was injured quite badly. Niall Mayer picked up another injury, which is why he's only just come back into the team today. Again, it's not good. We had Guevara out with an injury for a short period of time. Ollie Alpha, Jack Earing all out with an injury at some point, which probably constituted to those 2 defeats we had. So, let's go forward and get to this game, shall we? So, for the home team, Aldershot, they are playing, once the game loads, they are playing Ryan Hall in goal, Tafari Moore, Miles Welch Hayes, Jamie Sendles White, Rob Nizet, James Rowe as captain, Craig Tanner, Josh Rees, Ben Jackson, Ross McCormick and Sam Dolby. Whilst on the bench they have Alfie Whittingham, Harvey Keogh, Lewis Kinsella, Mohamed Betema and Toby Edser. Not Toby, Toby. Whilst Halifax Town have Matt Jones in goal, Niall Mayer in right back, Jack Hobbs and Tom Bradbury in centre back with Jack Hobbs as acting captain, Zumana Bakayogo in left back, Willem Tomlinson and Jack Earing in centre midfield, Ollie Alpha Guevara on the wing with Paris Magoma acting as a central attacking midfielder just behind George Miller. On the bench we have Jeff King, Luke Summerfield, Jamie Allen, Ruben Reid and Tariq Hines. And the referee for today's game is Ryan Johnson. I'm going to pump fist today and show this a great opportunity to show everyone that they were wrong about us, that we have got it in us to win. And thankfully, I'm not sure if you've seen it in the last episode, but this actually stays out now. It doesn't go back into 2 again. How glorious, I should say. I've already messed up what I was supposed to say. My brain is mulch today for some reason. But yes, it's a glorious thing that I'm now staying out, because it is infuriating having to keep pulling it out if I wanted to or not. And I just gave up doing it for the videos, so hence why I didn't do it much. Now then, Eastleigh are beating Maidenhead, which doesn't really matter all that much because if we were to win today's game, we'd go ahead of them regardless. Or should I say, stay ahead of them, I should say. Free kick from Aldershot over the top, looking for McCormack, only finds Niall Mayer. Now, Nizet plays in the middle to Rowe. Rowe looking up into the middle finds Rees. Rees now back to Rowe again. Back now finding someone with the last name White. I couldn't read the rest of it. Oh, very poor from Guevara, loses out to Rees. Plays the ball to Moore, who does get a tackle into Guevara, but unfortunately the ball's headed in and thankfully off the crossbar and then cleared away by Bradbury. I always thought Aldershot played in blue, I don't know why. Hobbs heads the ball clear to Oddie Alpha now, looking to get the ball clear on for a run. Getting it now to the edge of the Aldershot box with a cross, but it's very poor. No one in waiting for it, and the ball is cleared for a throw-in. But yes, I always thought Aldershot played in blue, I don't know why. McCormack threads a corner in, but headed for a goal kick by the Aldershot striker. I'm going to point my finger and say that we're not doing badly. Guevara is inspired, which is good. And I'm going to make one change, being Jack Earing off for Summerfield, because he is not doing well for condition. As well as that, we might bring off Bakayoko soon, but not yet. And we're going to have Carrillo for Luke Summerfield, because that is where his best position is, I think. Working as a defensive midfielder, but in the centre of midfield. Now, we have not had a shot on target yet, which is poor, I will grant you that. So, I'm going to probably put this on positive, just to try and get us forward. A few more shots on goal, that sort of thing. And I've just noticed that Bradbury's also low on condition as well, which is not good. McCormack now, for Aldershot, running the ball into the middle. Not really looking for a pass at the minute, just running straight through all of our players. Very poor from Halifax. Plays the ball to Tanner, then to Rees, who's thankfully put wide. Alicia Sam, who's just scored for Notts County, is a player I'm looking to sign myself for possible this team next season if I stay, or a league above us if need be. Anyway, Moore, back to Tanner now. Forward over the top to McCormack, whose header just hits the post and stays out. We are literally riding on a knife's edge at this point, determining if we will go behind or not. Right, next change is going to be Zumana Bakayoko off for Tariq Hines, and he will be put into the centre of midfield for Tom Bradbury to go out to the left. Oh dear God, that's not good. We don't have a defender on the bench other than Tariq Hines, so we're going to have to keep this as it is anyway. Right, the next change is also going to be George Miller coming off for Ruben Reed as a target man. We're going to do that, and they had a free kick, which was lucky that they didn't score from it. Right, 80th minute more or less now gone, and we've had our first 2 shots on target, which is very good. So, 5 minutes left to play now. Can we pull ahead? It's looking very unlikely, let's put it that way. Very unlikely. And with a 2-minute stoppage time, and it ends, does not quite end in a 0-0 draw. Edsa gets the ball now to Jackson. Jackson to Dabby, who's thankfully shot straight at Matt Jones as the referee blows for full time. It does end 0-0, a very poor draw, and to be honest with you, it was just unlucky. We did not have a good game today, and I don't like using unlucky very often, but to be fair, that's what it was. Nothing I could do about it, unfortunately. So, how the table looks, we are still only 2 points behind Wilston because they managed to beat Wrexham, which is unfortunate of course, but that's not too much of a problem because we are only 2 points behind them. A win if they lose and we will go ahead of them, so that's not bad. And a 0-0 draw against Aldershot, a team that were in League 2 not that long ago, is not that bad either. And Ruben Reed still hasn't found a goal in 8 games, which is rather worrying, of course. Dom Tier finally scored a goal. His first, mind you, in 7 appearances from the bench, which isn't good. And Wealdstone have a 10-game unbeaten run, which is a tad worrying, of course. I'm guessing that's home run, that's probably why. But yes, rather worrying, of course. Anyway, let's go back to the home screen. So current top goal scorer is still Guevara, 5 goals. That's not a lot for 28 games in a season. That really is not. He should be at least double that for our top goal scorer by now. Financially, the club is not looking very healthy, I will grant you that. But at this point, there's not a lot I can do about it. I'm a manager. I'm not here to be able to say, oh, let's pump some money into the club. It's not going to work. So unfortunately, I can't do much about the finances. However, if the finances get low enough, they will be bought out. They won't go into administration. It doesn't really happen that much in this game. It doesn't get a chance to happen really that much. So they'll probably just be bought out as quickly as they can, and so on and so forth. So until we play Hartlepool tomorrow, well, actually no, it won't be tomorrow because I forgot. I do 2 videos a day now. My brain is mush today for some reason. I apologise, I don't know why. But in a couple of hours then, I will see you again soon. And so until next time, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.